Bonsoir. Bonsoir Franck. Bonsoir Ryan. Yes. What are we listening to right now? Is this copyrighted music? Hello, Chris. Ed, nice to see you. Nice to see everyone. KS. 808. Yes. Is it still daylight at yours, 808? For me, it's still daylight here. Getting in the core of the summer. Hello, Rich. Bonsoir. Free. Oh, Faust. Nice to see you. Really enjoyed your video from the other day. And and Ryan keeps the tradition of already supporting the channel from the get-go before knowing if this is going to be a good show by leaving already a tip in the coffee jar. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you so much. Hello, Angelo. I don't know if you like this, Angelo, but I hope you do. It's pretty good asymmetric weirdness from Hamburg. So you know already who I'm talking about. One of my two main current obsessions, Asmus Tietchens. Yeah, I've done so many now. Sound of Minder. Exactly. Hello, John. Thank you, Angela. So that means we're not gonna benefit from your great comments tonight, huh? Oh. All right. Joanna, nice to see you. Thank you, Ryan. Hello, Dory. Dorothea. Conrad. I almost thought I was gonna prepare quite a few Konrad Schnitzler records today, but maybe, who knows? See? Still kind of daylight, and it's 10 o'clock in the evening here. We're pretty far up here in Sweden. Nocturno. Konrad, Asmus Tietchens. And yeah, this came out on Esplendor Geometrico's label, which are surprisingly named Esplendor Geometrico Discs, Spanish label. This came with an insert, printed insert from back then, numbered 518 copies. You can still find it for a decent price. Again, Asmus Tietchens, the sound wizard from Hamburg, started out in the mid-70s. I had a few records of his forever, but it's only recently, after Den Bosch, that I realized I really need to get my Asmus Tietchens game and get the ones that are interesting to me. This record has this side where he uses prepared piano, but it's also like drone, ambient field recordings. I don't like all his records, but this is one of the interesting ones in my opinion. Uh, yeah, it's a really good record, still cheap. Bonsoir Julia. I don't, Yuan. Aha, Stefan, that's nice. I will be checking that for sure. And oh, Joe, nice to see you, Joe. And Christian just left a little tip for your DJ of the day. Thank you, Chris. Guys, I'm looking for a record right now that the salary isn't bulging, so the help is really appreciated. Christopher. So last week I played this record from Ferdi Ferdi Schuster on the Claremont 56 label. It's a brand new, like Balearic, jazz, soft rock, left field record. And while I was playing it and showing it, I was talking about the label and showed another release, and I thought I would play it tonight. Almunia, New Moon, from 2011. It got reissued in 2019 because it's a very good record. Double LP. So this was going for a lot of money very quickly. I remember I bought this, I heard it, and I thought, this is nice, this is a little bit different. I'm buying it, and 2 months later it was a €100 record. I mean, it's only 300 copies, so you know, all these records, as soon as enough people notice them, if they're good, 300 is nothing. And yes, I was playing this earlier today just to check it, to see if I still liked it. And of course I do. I'm doing well, Joe, and I'm still thinking about Autoplay, thanks to you. I'm when I have digested them, I'll tell you. I'll tell everyone. Avant-garde, hello. Ah, nice. I hope you were happy with it. I didn't oversell it. Electronic symphonies, hello. Thank you. Yeah, I know, and I mean, I think that he collaborated on some. I have one record of theirs, and it's like a punk, experimental, industrial band, right? If I remember correctly. Well, what are you doing, Christopher? Aren't you listening to Almunia right now? An Italian duo. This is their first album. They have a second one. I don't think it's as good as this one. This is just amazing musicianship. Yeah, it's quite a special record, to be honest. What's cool about it is almost like an AOR record, like an adult original rock or orientated rock. Nothing like groundbreaking or revolutionary or even abrasive about it. But yeah, I hope we don't rate music with a scale connected to abrasiveness. I mean, of course, I love abrasive music, but very nice. Did you buy the Chanda version? Yeah, I knew you would love that, essentially. Thank you, Frank, for the tip, the tipping jar in the description, the coffee link. Thank you, Frank, much appreciated. Yeah, that's that's what I think. Hello, I'm the dead. Hello, Joe. Yeah, Obsolete. Great avant guitar album on the great French label Chanda. Yes, tonight there's not really a theme because I thought I was gonna be getting some records and I didn't manage to get them. They were too expensive, or not the price I was ready to pay at least. Now a pretty crazy record. No, Joe, that wasn't Dashiell Edayat. That was Almunia. On Claremont 56. Hello, Vinyl Dreamscape. Hello, Mike. Nice to see you. So now, a crazy record. I was quite lucky to. I remember when I got this. It was in Brussels, and this is for those who know. This is obviously from Belgium. I got this when it was released, even if it was not released actually. I mean, it was released, but this version is a little bit... I was just lucky to be in the right place at the right moment. This is Walter Huss, The Age of Love. a great church organ, playing classics of new beat and early Belgian trance techno. This is the universal nation. This is a pitch disc. This is why I'm not showing you the cover. And when I entered this in discogs, a lot of people tried to take it away. As for the longest time, this was not supposed to. Oh! Am I back? Yeah, this was not supposed to be released for copyright reasons. But yeah, it's an epic, crazy, over-the-top record. The concept is over-the-top, of course. Étant donné, some of it, étant donné, is a bit too dramatic for my taste most of the time, but some of it is good ambient. Yeah, so this is like a weird, like avant-garde version of classic, shitty produced 80s Belgian rave hits, proto rave. The artwork, I'll show you the picture of this, it's pretty fun. So it's basically rave music made on a pipe organ. I think there's a regular version now that you can find for probably nothing. Sorry, some internet. All right. Zillion? No, I haven't. What is it? Harald Groskopf. Yeah, Harald Groskopf was doing in the 80s weird electronic music, or quite cool as well. Not as, it's no Peter Baumann, but it's kind of in that direction in a way. But a little more esoteric and sometimes a little bit goofy as well. Ah, okay. This. I showed some church organ records, but oh, maybe. I don't think I showed this one before, but who knows? I've been doing that for quite some time now. Yeah, Étant donné and Michael G.R. That was a great collaboration. I agree. But do you understand what I'm? Do you get what I mean when I say that? Like, I find them a little bit over dramatic sometimes. Hello, Bat. Nice to see you. Actually, there will be a theme at one point. There's a jazz musician that I wanted to listen to tonight, and I pulled a bunch of records of his, and synchronicity, I pulled another record I wanted to listen to tonight, which is weirdly connected. So Yeah, exactly. But in a way, that's the fun of it. This is connected to Mission because of that. Uh, it just gets crazier and bigger and bigger. Okay, a little crispy beginning on that record. Probably a little bit dirty. It's the first time I'm playing it. I'm discovering it. No, I sampled it before, but that's a pretty cool picture disc in my opinion. Yes, Christopher, you're correct. Hello, Paddy. And hello, Chris. So now we went to something, of course, obviously more esoteric, or esoteric in a completely different way. All right. Well, I think you understand. I won't remember everything I played 3 years ago, but maybe I should. Yeah, well, it's an analog organ on it. Hello, Nick. Nice to see you. You know what? Sounds. I'm pretty sure that Touch Records, his label, had themed compilations around that, so probably used him there. I'm not a huge Finesse fan, to be honest. Yeah. So this is quite. I think it's really good, but it's also quite a special object record. It's a hand-painted cover. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank, for a very nice tip in the coffee jar, in the description. The first link there, if you want to tip your DJ guys, live or after the fact. I know it's almost only live, but oh yeah. That record is really fun. So see, kind of like a folkways, but without the actual cover, just the fold that you would put on. Sam McLoughlin and David Chaton Barker, or Racker and it's a duo. They have several names. This is on. They usually run, I think, folklore tapes, and their insect music 10-inch under the name of Racker and something. I played it. It's one of my favorite records of the past few years. So these are instruments, basically, like do you know the? Oh, I should have taken it with me. The wind harp instrument record with a giant harp set on the top of a hill, played by the environment. This is the same. They put and set instruments and tape and tune them, but set them towards nature, the elements. And here you have the list of the instruments and of the environments. Of course, it's a fun concept, a fun project. But I think that the result is actually very good, and it's quite interesting that they state the functional aspect of this music. This is supposed to be meditation music, so functional, and I get that. This is really music that you need to let go its course and just see how it affects you. I mean, you could say that of any music, but in this case, I think it's quite self-telling. Yes, Ryan. Hit the like button for the video if you if you want. It's actually it's not just for my ego. Huh? If it was just for that, like who would care? But it's actually helping the channel, or so they tell me, and I think it is. Ah, okay. I will get it hopefully soon. Of course, I ordered it. Interesting. Did you take it up with either Juno or the label? One good thing with Juno is, in my experience, they have the best customer service. You say that there's an issue with the record, they will refund you. No questions asked, usually. You see, that's the one that I have an issue with, Sneaktronic. I'm not saying it's a bad album, but it doesn't work for me. Or at least it didn't when it came out. I have it somewhere here. I bought it when it was released. I know it's been reissued as a double LP. I know I will revisit it sometimes, and maybe I'll have changed my mind. Hello, Frank. Thank you again. Hola, Jorge. Jorge. Yeah, the sleeve is pretty fun, and they're all unique. Exactly, alien harp. Yeah, yeah. It's an interesting album. I don't think it's completely successful, to be honest. That one on Die Schachtel. Die Schachtel, the label from Roma, or Milan. I'm not sure. They're in the same building as Sound Dome. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Now I remember, this is the track I bought this record for. The beginning of this track, I think, is... Oof. I love this. Thank you, Sean, for leaving a little tip in the coffee jar in the description of the video. Thank you so much. You know what, guys? If yeah, I might. It's tacky. I won't tell you guys how much I need for these two records, or that record actually. But yeah, maybe after tonight there will be. You know, it's weird, and thank you, Richard, for contributing to the coffee jar as well. Thank you so much. But yeah, as I was saying, it's there are bands I want to share. but I can't yet because I have to get a few specific records of theirs before, both to get a better understanding about them when I talk about them, but also so that I don't get passed by you guys getting the records I'm missing from these bands. And when I'm saying the records I'm missing, I'm not a completist. It's the specific ones I'm talking about, obviously, so that when I talk about records with you, I've tested them, and I'm not just showing a random record from a good band. I'm showing the good records from these bands or these artists. Hopefully, of course, in my opinion. Bat, what are you talking about? Which show? A show you did, or that you? Oh, that you did with Frank. Yeah, Bat and Frank are neighbors. Yeah, you should get it. If within 2 or 3 days, usually the answer. They're not like answering straight away, but like the answer will be usually satisfying. I love this. Yeah, it just came out. Was it on Ideal Records? I think the label from Gothenburg. This, some of you will hate it, some of you will love it. Some might even know it already. It's a record from a few years ago, probably like 2010. To be honest, 808, I decided to pass on it. I listened to it online on the Bandcamp and I thought it's nice, but not essential to me. This is Xander Harris. Pretty amazing cover. Xander Harris is a makeup artist for Hollywood. This came out on Not Fun Records. Xander Harris is obviously an alias. I know nothing of that show, but I learned that it's a character in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And he does this kind of retro 80s, like arpeggio, electro, whatever. And yeah, it's a nice little record. When it came out, I was really liking it. He did a few other records, like I have an EP of his that is good. And then he went on and did too much stuff. A bit like kind of the same thing as Umberto. Maybe I should play Umberto. Well, I hope your leg is healing though. Okay, yeah. anyway, this record, I remember the Xander Harris record when it came out. It was a little bit hyped. It went up a little bit in price for a little while, and now the fad faded, and it's probably like a super cheap record. There was nothing really complex about it, but that tune I played, I really like the atmosphere of it. It's catchy, there's a drive to it, nice synthesizer sounds, and yeah, it's just a fun little record. Hello Ryan. Hello Rob. Let's see if you find something tonight here. Yeah. So again, back to the abstract with more kind of environmental music in a way, as this musician has a few obsessions. One being the sea and life at sea, and underwater life, sound, experiencing the concept of water in various ways, and you can hear how muted this is in a way. And of course, this is again Asmus Tietchens, Eisgang. This is one of he has a few records like that sound like you're in the inside the boat down there with the sound quality of that environment being at sea, not necessarily in the water. But so this came out on Korm Plastic, great Dutch label from the Netherlands, with lots of sub labels. And oh yeah, see, a quote from Émile Cioran, the Romanian philosopher, the philosopher of despair, who committed suicide in the end. Great writer. He could write in Romanian, of course, in French, in German, in Italian. Great linguist. Very depressing, very realistic in a way, and also a man who made only bad choices throughout his life. He sided with the fascists, then with the Nazis, just a bunch of ill-fated choices. But when you look at his journey, it makes sense. He was not a racist or anti-Semite, but like he went for the hope, the false hope of these philosophies, and of course he went away, but like he fell for it, and that's the tragedy of his life. And for some reason, I don't know why exactly, but Asmus Tietchens regularly quotes Émile Cioran. Well, yeah, you guys, your suggestions are welcome. But of course, yeah, the sea. So I understand this is maybe not for everyone, but at the same time, if you just give it a chance, I just find that this is, besides the very specific sound aesthetic that I actually enjoy, I just found the harmonies in this absolutely magnificent. This is a journey, obviously, but this is a journey of contrasted beauty, obviously. Contrasted because the sound is not free in a way. there is something going on. Like, yeah, there's a process around the sound that is natural, totally not natural, whatever. But that's kind of that's one of the aspects that makes music interesting to me. The fact that when it doesn't give all the answers, when you have to use your imagination a little bit at least, when if something is abrasive, the sound quality, the sound aesthetic of this is obviously abrasive. But if you can't embrace it, maybe you can look beyond it, and eventually it will like dissolve and mesh together. But this music is so velvety in a way. I'm glad you enjoyed this, Dory. Really. Oh, that's interesting, Stefan. Yeah, I read Suron because of a minor interest in philosophy. That's good. Taking chances, accepting to take risks. I applaud you, Frank. Well, hey, Johnny. Oh, very, very good. Very nice. So maybe we'll have some guitar music now, huh? Shocking. Earlier today, I was talking with another VC member, Michael Pilmer, about a video stream we want to do together about noise, industrial music, and how it becomes part of your life. And yeah, that made me think, like, tonight I'm just picking up records from the shelves with just a few things prepared or somewhat prepared, and basically, yeah, like the next record I'm playing, this one I got today. The next one I got probably something like 15-20 years ago. It's a much older record, but I haven't listened to it in at least 5 or 6 years, and I remember it being a record that I really sought out, and that means something to me. I think it's been reissued since then in a package of like an album and an EP or something. This is the EP.
In the grooves of this record, in the grooves of this record, in the grooves of this record, the systems were activated. Listen closely. Listen closely. Listen closely. Listen closely. In the grooves of this record,
It's judgmental, but I agree.
in the grooves of this record, the silence of
I
Listen
did.
closely.
It was pretty.
You will be
What did you think?
transported. Listen closely. You will be
And the
transported.
lies of Nurse's Wound, amongst other things. Did a quite long interview with this guy who I didn't know before. Sound of Minor. I'll be interested to hear what you thought about it.
On stage. On stage. Trying to bypass his own ego, or whatever it may be called. Listen closely. Listen closely.
I didn't say. I didn't say yet.
Listen closely.
He has interesting guests. I think honestly that his questions are not good at all. I
In
think
the
he's a
grooves of
fan
this record,
all the time.
many
unfortunately.
lightnings. In the grooves of this record, the
It
silence
comes
of
and goes, yeah. Hello, Record House.
Listen closely. Listen closely. Listen closely. Listen closely. Listen closely.
What's interesting about this is this K. Limer, the producer. Very interesting guy. Mark Barreca playing synthesizers on this as well. That's very cool. Yeah, I thought it was pretty bad. Most of the questions are like very anecdotal, and he keeps reminding you without saying the word that he's a fan. It's not a discussion, it's just questions. And I don't think Andrew Lies comes off that. Yeah. I mean, Andrew Lies also, to be fair, I like him, I like his music, but I haven't liked any of his records in a long time now. I really loved at least. I think they're still interesting, but I mean, he's been doing music for a long time, and his interest has shifted a little bit. I think he should go back to some of the stuff he was doing in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's like dubby post-punk. That was Ice Gong by Asmus Tietchens. Yes. I mean, he's an old new British metal wave, new wave of British metal kid. Hello, Jim. Yeah, I didn't watch that because firstly, I don't expect him now to be a good interviewer, and I'm not. There's a bunch of Dustmord records I like, but I think Dustmord is one of these guys who takes himself so too seriously. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, exactly. Hey Russell, nice to see you. It's okay. For me, it's okay, Daniel. Hello, Callum. It's in the works, Stefan. I finally had an answer, like the contact of someone I want to do an interview, a discussion between him and another artist. That is going to be awesome if he agrees to that. It's going to be, it's going to have a reach far beyond this little community, but yeah. So this is a pianist, obviously, a jazz musician, also composer, whom I love actually. I have quite a few of his records. Does anyone would hazard a guess of who this is? It's an American guy from New Jersey, if I remember correctly. This is his first album from '78 on an Italian label. Anthony Davis. Past Lives on Red Records. Red Record. Doesn't say the year, but I think it's from '78. Yeah, it doesn't say. Maybe '76. Red is a very, very interesting jazz label that also released some jazz prog. Super cheap records still. Oh yeah, Alain Kremsky, yeah. Well, I guess there's not that many people asking as well. That's probably part of the answer. Good try, Johan. if this reminds me to some degree to Debussy. I think this music, this piano music, reminds me a lot of that. The piano is a percussion. Because if Anthony Davis is a pianist, he's also an accomplished vibe player and an expert on Gamelan music, traditional music from Bali. And we'll get to that. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Ryan. Well, it's interesting that you guys thought of Julius Eastman, since it's another Afro-American composer from the same area. Yeah, most of his records are between $6 and $15. So his first one is a solo album. His second one, as you can hear, is not a solo one. Sorry. Classic DJ mistake. Yes, but yeah, I'm more of a producer than musician. This is really good. So this one came on the Great India Navigation label. Ed Blackwell, that's always a plus. Jay Hoggard on the vibes for this. Jay Hoggard is a great vibe player. India Navigation, all records are worth checking in my opinion. Yeah, this is a record you can probably find for like $5 on discogs. I don't know that, Daniel. I'll check it out. Yeah, I heard half of it, Record Hound. I don't know about it. I learned the piano. I was taught the piano when I was young, as many. And then the first instrument I picked up to play and compose with was the bass and guitar, but bass. I'm just not good at drums. I love programming drums, but hello Dom, nice to see you. Well, now you know. Eric. Okay. Oh, for sure. There's tons of like prog, crowd, reshus. Yeah. But we can talk about that sometime, Christopher. Not this one, though. This one you can still get for less than $10. Hello, Jason. Yeah, but that one, of course, that's different. Anthony Davis, I don't think. This piano playing is killer. By the way, again, guys, like the video if you can, or if you want, if you like the actual stream, and if you can support the channel, there's the link in the description of the Ko-fi jar, the Ko-fi link. Very helpful to maintain this, and also, well, tip your DJ. Yes, that's true. 15% off for subscribers and 10% off for everyone else. Ah, nice. Let's try to be Fred first in the next 2 years. Hello, Tracy. Thank you. Hello, my friend Loyola. Very, very few. I have them, but it's something a little bit different. I have them somewhere else. And sometimes, okay, this is becoming a record of my collection, but very rarely. And there's one I will play soon, actually. 808, thank you so much for supporting the channel, for leaving a tip in the tipping jar, the Ko-fi link. Oh, and Andre as well. Thank you, Andre. Much appreciated, guys. If this goes right next week, if the post, yeah, I have my eyes on something. Oof, I finally found a copy that I think the price is almost correct, and I've been meaning to talk about that for months and months and months, and I just can't yet. But yeah, I think I'll probably be the first one to talk about that band on the VC, and I want to do it properly. And I think you guys are going to be, a lot of you people will be fascinated. Yeah. His work with Don Cherry and Dewey Redman and whoever is on bass. Charlie Hayden is of course the first choice, but Dave Holland is pretty good as well. So that India navigation, always cool silver labels. That was from '78, and this is, I think, from 1980 on India navigation, back to solo piano. But as you can hear, matured massively in 4 years in terms of compositional skills and even playing. You know, I think you overselling me in this, but it's an interesting comment in the sense that all the pressings I manage, and I usually talk with I'm the first person they talk with usually, and also the last one. So all projects are kind of baby. So I love the process. I love the projects, and when I do the sound testing of the test pressing, yeah, you develop a different kind of empathy for these records. And for example, this is the first record I pressed professionally, which I didn't play it here, but I hyped it to some of you guys, and I sold one, I auctioned one on my birthday stream in March, the Punk Floyd. That record was not for me, but now it's in my collection, my last copy of it, because it's a good record, and that is actually doing something interesting. Yes. You have to share with me which ones you're thinking, because the ones I have, I don't think they sound that like that. But maybe I'm wrong. well, nowadays, when I started, I was just playing my records and the ones I was getting. But if I'm being honest, now there are some records that I buy because of the stream, because I love them. But the fact that I get them now is because I want to present them sometimes casually, sometimes with a more obvious direction. And so, yeah, like I'm being serious. Like the tipping, the contributions that you guys make to the Ko-fi link or directly to me for those who want to do so, it's a huge part of that. And then, of course, like there's some investment, personal. I mean, I I spend all my money, available money, on records, books, food, in that order. But there's some records that I wouldn't be getting now because I wouldn't be able to afford them now if it was not for you guys. So I thank everyone so much. And it's fine if you don't contribute anything, especially if you can't. I'm not forcing anyone. But the show is better when you can do that. Which reminds me, like the video, leave a comment if you're not watching this live. And yeah, I know there's some people who do Patreon, stuff like that. Oh. Wait a second. So that Anthony Davis is really the one, in my opinion, that absolutely fantastic piano album between jazz and modern composition. Wonderful. Jeez. Thank you so much for the tip. I know I'm probably like I shouldn't remind it so often, but every time someone leaves a tip, of course I'm gonna thank you. So, to Tracy, I hope you kind of understand my answer, that I was not too confused, but yeah, there you go. Hello, Jimaji. I have one, but not for sale. Oh. So it was a good choice tonight. Good intuition I had. I have so much jazz on my shelves that just begs to be played at one point here. Yes, unfortunately, I don't approve of that message. I'll revisit it. Yeah. Okay, I might have some things for you actually. I think I have something for you. But we'll take it privately. What an insane cover. If you notice the percussions on this, well, almost every instrument, even the strings, are almost played like percussions. This is on the amazing Gramavision label, which released the best piano record ever. The well-tuned piano box set by Montgomery. Yeah. You had it in your basket. Yeah, that's the best one, Julia. That's the one I like the most. This really blurs the lines between modern jazz, modern composition, ethnographic music, and it's a dirt cheap record. Okay. Since the beginning of this stream, of this track, 5 copies have sold on discogs since I started playing this. Oh my god, guys. Tip your DJ, huh? This is a cheap record. You got it awfully nice. Tip your DJ. well, you're not alone, Chris. There was 80 copies available before I played it. There's only 13 left. Don't worry, there'll be other cheap records. See, you should pay more attention. What do you mean, Dom? This is from 1981. It's almost older than you, Dom. Yes, it's a dollar bean record. The one playing now is also a cheap record. It's a Gamelan record. I love it. The package is amazing. And what I love about it is features. It's from southeast of Bali. And usually Gamelan has a certain tempo. This is much faster. You'll hear in a second. Yes, Stefan. Stefan is he knows music. Bali. I know a lot of records still. I mean, there are crazy weeks when, like, right at the end of some streams, when I've decided everything that I might be playing, I open a window of all the sale items available on discogs for the records. I think it was like 3 weeks ago or so. It was like almost 80 records that sold at the second the stream was finished. Like 93 records, like 4 weeks ago. Yeah, it was crazy. And I didn't check after. Yeah. No, this one is cheap. This is a triple LP on the German label that was mostly, I think, because I looked on Discogs, and this is a between $15 and $30 record, and most copies are in France, all in Europe. It's a German label. Great booklet with great info, education in this. Oh, and it came with the program for a concert of this ensemble in Paris in '71. Yeah, tons of really, really good education on this, and 3 wonderful records in a kind of like hardback, cloth-bound gatefold. We haven't even started. Oh, now. Well, Gamelan, isn't it a word from Bali, Russell? I'm not sure you call it Gamelan, the music from Java. Maybe you do. Yeah, exactly. Yes, but imagine that record, if it was new, it would be like a 55 dollar record already. So if you can get it for 15 because no one is interested in this right now because they don't know how good it is, and you pay $25 of shipping, then it's still a good deal. Baliagung is great Ebarchona record. I love it, but I don't know if there's a connection with it. Apart from thematically. Yeah. Davey. Tembang. Oh, yeah. That was unexpected. Yeah, it's a fantastic album. But Ebarchoner, he needs to be more recognized. I heard someone recently telling me Ebarchoner, maybe it was Michael, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, no, cheap. Like, in the digging world, there's an expression called cheap heat. This is cheap heat. Yeah, I agree. I'm good, Liam. How are you? Yeah, call me. Wow, that's amazing, Russell. That's really amazing. Now I'll play something that most of you know. What? Yeah. So why do I play this? Of course, because Anthony Davis was a master Western gamelan composer. Not in the records that I played, but the last one you can probably see that the influence that it wouldn't have been busy like that if it was not referencing that music in many ways. But gamelan has bled into so many different kinds of music in the past 30, 40 years. Now, something that a lot of you will probably know. I assure you, Tracy, that can happen, especially his album with The Police, which is amazing. Featuring the track Why Don't You Answer, or something like, yeah, Why Don't You Answer. All right, you win, Tracy. I think the first time I ever heard the word gamelan was when I played this track around 95, probably, to some, I don't remember whom it was. I think it was a friend of the family. And when he heard that bit, oh, this is isn't this like kind of like weird gamelan music? €7 within Sweden. Absolutely, yeah. Harry Parcher invented who was building all his instruments. Exactly, Julia. Back in the 90s, it was obvious to anyone who was into that music that this was the best Tortoise album. Nowadays, people say it's TNT. I can't understand that for the love of me. But this track, Jed, such a cool cover. For those who don't know, Tortoise is what became of Synth, the post-hardcore band after they split. They did another album before that. This is the second album, but it's kind of the first real album. The first one was kind of, I don't know, but this is an amazing album, very highly influential. Oh, you're not in a bad place for records. You're in a good place, actually, I would say. TNT. Eh, no, I actually prefer American standards. Standards. I know it's a controversial opinion, but I think this is a better album than TNT. Maybe I'm unfair there. At least I saw them play live TNT, and I saw them play live Standard, and I loved Standard, which I didn't expect. And yeah, Russell, thank you for the very nice tip, Russell. This will come very handful. You know, all the, as I said earlier, all the tips you guys are leaving, it's going straight back into the stream. Yes, I need to do that, Jim. Would that be fun though, having you act together? Come on, Christopher, you're trolling now. Thank you. So you hear this track. Started out, I don't know, and then had this kind of interesting take on Gamelan, and now this kind of typical like mid-90s rock bands experimenting with tape, electronics, dub. Really cool. But you know what? As Dom was saying that both albums are indispensable, let me give you a reminder of that. Like in the VC, the culture is so album focused. Like I met some people who are big Tortoise fans, or so they say, and they have the albums and they don't have the EPs. This is my favorite Tortoise song, which came out on Duophonic Stereolab's own label. The Gamera EP. On Duophonic Super 45. I don't remember what year, but I think it's like 94, maybe 95. This is an essential record of the 90s if you're into the rock that was actually created in the 90s. And it's not an album, it's only a 2-track EP, but 15 minutes, yeah, almost 16 minutes long for the second song, and 12 minutes long for the one we're listening to now. Yeah, from 1995. Such a cool package as well. Hello, Jeffrey. yeah, it's a trope that you find in many record collectors that makes no sense. Oh yeah, the CD that features the EP with the live tracks. Vinyl Dreamscape is talking about that album, that the CD version included this, which Dom might not know then. Wow. Never listened to it and you have it, then you're in for a treat. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah, Depeche Mode is a band that you should like. They have so many B-sides on EPs that are probably the best tracks of Depeche Mode. Just made me want to play a Depeche Mode B-side. Truth. Also, you don't have the remix EPs with the Uncle remix of Jed, which is amazing. I'm talking to Dom, sorry. Or Dom, or the 10-inch EP. or the EPs of UI, Sacha Frère Jones. Approaching midnight, huh? So soon disco time, but dark disco now. So this is track. Maybe I've already played it when I got it. I was so excited about it. Non-album track, B-side. Easily top 5 Depeche Mode tracks. Christmas Island, $5 record. No, you're not, Tracy. Kind of a Muslim Goes remix of Nine Inch Nails in a way. Of early Nine Inch Nails. They can still be interesting, but they're not succeeding. They're interesting. But for me, after 89, I'm done with wire. And I like the new stuff, but I don't need it. Yeah. Yup, this is what you've been missing out with wire.
What's the point? It's your table. I alter my altar for every drop. You're unable for every drop. I'm running Don't give me that. It's your table. I grow by in inches for every mouthful. You're unable for every mouthful. I'm running.
The problem with these cheap CDs is that they're so cheap that you might buy stuff you don't even need. So this is a live version of Feed Me, completely different than the other one. And this is just amazing. So much better than the studio version. After that, I think I'll let it play. There's an a cappella song that is incredible. I don't have that. Should I? And if so, which ones? Yeah. Snake. Yeah. The problem is that there's so much focus on the Pink Flag, the first two albums, that the punk ones, when this is so much more interesting, in my opinion. Yeah. Dome, all Dome is must have. Duet Emo, the EP is better than the album, I think. He said, there's like, how many he said there are there? There are so many different. variation of the name. Hoax? I don't know. What is hoax? I don't remember that.
I hired it
This
to flood a canvas in a riot of red. I hired it to flood
you can't say it.
a canvas
You can't say it, Johan.
a riot of red.
It's not that it's not good. It's that it was probably great back then, but it has lost its relevance totally, in my opinion. I'm sorry.
Up till the sun shall go, thy jaundice in a riot of red.
Yeah, but it's only on CD, Jim, isn't it? That's why I don't have it.
Whilst more red planes still
You can't have everything, so if you have it, it might as well be a vinyl record.
Up to the sun shall go, like
This is genius.
in a riot of red. Up to the sun shall go, thy heart taking a riot of red. May this person be unscathed and be free of yellow color. May this person be unscathed and be free of yellow color. In the color of the Red Bull, I envelop you. Whilst more airplane still flies, I envelop you. After a dawn of anxious waiting, to swim in the
I'll make sure
streets
to check it. Thank you.
Scintillating.
And here is some contemporary music, some relevant new music. Laksa's new EP on his own label, first release on his label, Laksa, with a K. My two favorite ones, under the name Wire. For Hessel Audio from 2 years ago. Breakout talent. Yes, not relevant, which is another way to say the same thing. Of course, it's well done, but being on the dance floor in a club and this music drops. Fucking murder. Bye, Record Hound. See you around. Nice having you. I think maybe there's a theory that the two first albums sound because of this heat. They couldn't compete with this heat, so and then this heat disbanded. So then there was more room to do more experimental stuff. I believe it's probably not true, but I've heard that story quite a few times. In a way, on the paper it makes sense, but in reality, I wasn't there. Belly's Cup is, but I grew to like it. There's some good songs on it, but it's the end. After that, you have to go to those solo projects or wait for the 2000s. So yeah, I don't expect Dom directly to get into Laksa. And even if it is fairly advanced dance music, yeah, you could argue that this is music for DJs or for the club. And it's true, but I find it, I'm a DJ, I go to clubs, but I also find it very stimulating. And yeah, it's not as good, in my opinion, as the one on Hessel Audio. It's a little bit different, but you still get this, like, you can sense that he's trying to take in non-Western music in the most Western music, which is, I applaud that. And yeah, it's kind of a banger. Yeah, I think it's fair to say so. You're still young, Johan. It might happen. I know you feel tired sometimes, but you're still young. I mean, there's no reason why we wouldn't like the Dome records or the early Bruce Gilbert records. So now something a little more obscure. Now we're in Hungary. On the wonderful Jugaton label. Dubravko Detoni. Wonderful cover art. You can't see under the sleeve, but it's kind of like a tame golden cover with this collage. So this is a collective of which Dubravko Detoni, the great composer, was part of. So it's avant-garde, free jazz, folk music. It was. This is not an easy to track record, and not a cheap one. But there's a reissue of that on Sub Rosa that is probably dirt cheap. And it's a journey. I'll admit it's not my favorite Dubravko Detoni record, and I love him, but it's pretty good and pretty joyful record. Tons of surprises. Thank you for stopping by, and I'm gonna be here for like 15-20 more minutes anyways, not much more, as usual. Thank you, Johan, for stopping by. And again, guys, if you like this, like the video, leave a comment if you want to keep the discussion going, and leave a tip for your DJ if you can afford it, or if you liked some of the stuff that you heard tonight, either that you discovered or that you were reminded of. And again, it is possible to leave the tip, even if you're watching that after the live. Just click on the link in the description and say hello. It is rightfully so. Ah, nice. You got. I mean, I'm sure that like you missed one, but you can probably still find it. Another one selling it. Let's see. Oh, okay. So 7 of the last Anthony Davis sold tonight. One of his third one. Okay, Okay, quite a few sold of the 4 albums I played. Oh, interesting. Hello, Nathaniel. Not yet. Maybe someday. If I can get paid regularly to do so. Yeah. This is not like you know, the Isontes record. It's not a record that necessarily will blow your mind away instantly. There's no hook in it. There's no like catchy bits. But the spirit behind it. The first time I got the chance to listen to it from start to end. They're not just looking, you know, when you skip through a record looking for something. This is not such a record, and it was massively gratifying to really get acquainted with the ideas, you know, in this record. This is not unlike Il Gruppo di Improvvisazione Nuova Consonanza of Morricone and friends. But see here the accordion, Hungarian, not Italian. It's a great record, and it's also an important record in the history of Eastern avant-garde. And it just actually it gets better and better. I say that I made a mistake. It's not Hungarian, is it? I think it's from Yugoslavia. I'm not sure. No, I think he's from Yugoslavia. Yeah, because Yugoton. I mean, they could release some music from Hungary, but you had Hungaraton for that. Now I'm mixing a little bit. I'm playing a record that caught me totally by surprise. It's a band I know. I have quite a few records of them. I'm not a fan of them though. I think they're interesting. And this is the first record where I'm like, wow, wow, wow. And you'll see it's a beautiful record. The object I'm talking about, of course. Both sides are epic. If you're into drone, ambient, electroacoustic, psychoacoustic, the Hafler Trio. Very esoteric band. Supreme Ventriloquist. An utterance of the Supreme Ventriloquist. Look at that cover. I have about 7, 8 Hafler Trio records. There's a few I know that I don't want. The ones I have are good or interesting. This one is the first one that I feel like, wow, this is a massive record. This is what the hype is all about. Finally get it. I bought this from a gentleman who was friends with Andrew Mackenzie. Hafler Trio started out with Andrew Mackenzie and Chris Watson from Cabaret Voltaire. There is, of course, the infamous now box set of Ottaker Hafler Trio, which is good, really good. But this is yes. Yes, I won't even try now. Hafler Trio did a very interesting record. The only record I know of featuring a dream machine, an actual dream machine to build. No, Psychic TV did as well. Yeah, it's a very esoteric concept about a country that doesn't exist either, somewhat connected to Iceland. Supposedly scientific or something. Ah, nice, Ryan. The black one. see, we were talking about Lost Mode earlier. For me, this is so much more interesting than Lost Mode. And I'm sure you're a better man for that, Dave. And this one, by the way, I got thanks to Dom Seeking a Thread, as I bought this from a guy in the US and I had it shipped to him, and then Dom shipped that to me. Oh yeah, I'm a foot worker. I'm totally, like, my feet can't stay calm. If the music is good, or if I like the music, whatever. Dutch electro reggae craziness. And that will be the last track for tonight, guys. I didn't get it because I had already the ones I wanted apart from one track. And I want to read the book eventually, but yeah. Hey, Michael. Yeah. Crazy record. I don't know if it's great, but yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's pretty fun record. Thank you, Angelo. Anyways, that's it for today. Super Synth closing fun little show. Lots of stuff I didn't plan to play tonight. I hope you found good stuff and that you had fun. Like the video, leave a tip to your DJ. It's the end of the party. as we say in French. I don't remember the saying. I'm not French anymore, but there's something about leaving a tip at the end of the show. Anyways, thank you guys, and see you next week if I can. This was released on CBS. Merci, merci. Bye bye. Thank you. I'm the dead. Yeah, I will.